If the first game breaks, we'll get you know it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, 2 games after this win in. First year game, we're here for the first May. Carry my team every 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be. Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
It's day one, like I said, like I just told D-Rock. Hey, it's intensity from day one, from start to finish. Whistle to whistle blows to whistle in. All day, every day. I need everything you got. Everything out of you. All 15 days. Every practice. It starts right now. It's your time. It's your choice to be great. Let's pick that.
Yes, sir, man. Let's go, man.
Hey, let's go. Tennessee on 2-1-2.
Tennessee!
Make the decision. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
Welcome to the I can't even do this. Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. Welcome to the chaos. Welcome to I don't know. Welcome to hell. That's what I'm going to say to start this live stream. We're going to try to put together a show. I've got a PC here, a TV here, a laptop here, and a cold beer right here because man, when your basement floods, everything's gone. You just you figure out what you're going to do, and we try to have a show. But that's what we're going to do. The man of the hour. Salesi Moa, a 5-star athlete according to 247 Sports, scheduled to come off the board at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to take you all the way up to the decision. You can see the teams on the screen. Well, they left one off there. Who did they leave off? They got Tennessee, Michigan, Utah, Michigan State. He's got another one in his final. Washington. There you go. But it's Tennessee and it's Utah. How we feeling, boys? Scoops, Foulminger in the house today. Scoops, how you feeling going into this commitment?
This is one, we kind of been keeping track of just because a guy that's been, a two-way athlete, one of the top athletes in the class, just got his 5th star on the 247 Sports Composite. Home state Utah kid. I feel like the Utes have been trending there for a while, but he originally pushed back his commitment. He had all the chances, to pick that home school and make the easy decision. Tennessee's been working him like heck, especially the last 24 to 48 hours. So we're going to see where this one goes. And, maybe Tennessee can get another 5-star in the boat.
How we feel? Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Foulminger, how we feeling, brother?
I'm kind of with Scoops there. Like it's kind of torn. I mean, everybody's kind of leaning towards Utah, right? But I think Tennessee's the better offer, maybe the more attractive offer. But obviously, somebody his talent getting the SEC, showing what they can do, has to be appealing. I'm sure their NIL deals are more attractive. But you got that in-state deal. You got the lineage with his dad. Will he stay home? I think that's the big rift there, if you will. Like, I'm with everybody, man. I kind of think it's going to be Utah, but I think if we really sit down and why not take your shot at Tennessee, right? Go see if you can hang with the big boys, get in there, see what you can do in an SEC program, SEC weight room, and see where the chips fall. But if I'm him, I get the staying home, I get trying to keep the family thing going, but I think Tennessee's the better offer.
We're going to take you all the way up to that decision. Is the audio better now? Is that audio better? I had the wrong settings on my microphone. It was coming through.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah,
it's
better,
coming through the camera. Just so you guys know, most of you know, I put it out on Twitter. We were supposed to go live last night. I was in my office taking notes, getting ready. The boys were getting ready, and I don't know, what was it, Foul Ming?
Oh, just lost you. Yeah, I think it was maybe 30.
Coach Jay.
Yeah, maybe 30 minutes before time to go. Like, it was just a mad dash. I'm running around the house getting ready, and then I get the dreaded message from Boogie that the walls are coming down.
So we're just trying to get through it here. So hopefully we can get it fixed. I'll probably just roll with the laptop because it seems to be working better. But let me catch up with you guys. Y'all are being generous in the chat here. Luke Thompson for 2 says, hope you're doing okay. Boogie, prayers for you, man. Let me say that last night I was not happy. I was dropping a lot of F-bombs. I was just standing there completely covered in water. And I'm like, why is this happening? But the bottom line is everybody's safe. Everybody's safe. The family's safe. The downstairs is destroyed and the insurance company's not going to cover it. So now we just got to figure some things out, but I appreciate the super chat. Luke, he also gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. So shout out to Luke for that. Todd drops a 50 spot. We'll play the clip for Todd.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
5 for 50. Very generous. I appreciate you, my man. Flooded basement recovery fund because the show must go on. GBO. Yeah, we'll bounce back. We'll get it taken care of. I just got to figure out what this room is going to look like for the next month or so, however long it takes. Brian Turner for 5 says, Dorothy, we appreciate you, brother. Also, Dylan Elam for 5 says, we want Moa. And Boogie doesn't want any Moa water in his house. That is an accurate statement. Tyler for 10 says, happy to see you back, Boogie. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thank you for all you do. Go Vols. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate the super chat. Joe Brown becomes a member of the channel. Shout out, Joe. Floyd's in the house. What's up, Floyd? He's been a member for 13 months. We appreciate you, brother. Mark Wilson's been a member for 50. GBO. Dirty Ducky's been one for 15 months. Eric Jones for 50 says GBO. Peyton K for 24 months. Appreciate those memberships, man. They keep the lights on. Luke's been a member for 11 months. Joey Carroll for 51 months. It's football time in Tennessee. Hope to everyone at the season opener in Atlanta. Got my tickets last night. Coach Jay is in the chat. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Shout out, Coach. Says football is family. I've been texting with Coach today. He's actually out on the grass. He's got practice today, so we'll catch up with Coach soon. But I appreciate you, Coach. Peyton for 20. Play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Peyton for 20 door fee. Plus, I can say that there's 90% chance of landing Hyder and Keys. Not as much of a chance today, though. I don't know. I feel weird about Moa because I felt like it was Utah. Obviously, he pushes off the commitment. I think that plays into Tennessee's hands. And Scoops, don't you agree? Like, this one's kind of being played close to the vest too. He's been in communication with the coaching staff, but I don't think anybody actually has knowledge of this decision. Steve Wiltfong's sticking with his Utah prediction, but that's been in for quite some time. And he's basically saying it's because I don't have any other intel to change that pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's one where it's kind of like how's it trending in the late hours? And it sounds like, Tennessee and the staff, whether it was Kelsey Pope and Josh Heupel yesterday, having some final conversations as it comes down. But, when it comes to the media, a lot of people have been kind of focused on the Tristan Keys and the Savion Hyder or some other flip candidates that, Tennessee's highly outed. But, I mean, this is one that's a heavyweight battle. And, getting him out of his home state is pretty much the main thing. Putting a package together. I agree with Foul Ming that, the package Tennessee has and the vision they have is probably better than, the staying home factor. But, when it comes to kids from Utah and out west, that, staying home plays a huge factor. I think the family has a Utah legacy, some BYU, Utah State, like you mentioned. So, I mean, me personally, it's been, the last 24 hours seeing our staff still going in there swinging confidently, not knowing that they don't have an answer yet. They're going in the dark of not knowing that he's, told his staff either way of where he's going. So, I mean, this is one that I think is coming down to the wire. And, on decision days like this and recruitments like this, there's a lot to think about. And, sometimes something changes or you can just do the easy thing and stay home. But I think Tennessee's done a lot to give this family and Moa something to think about.
You know, Utah's the easy decision, right? That's the easy decision. Close to home. Dad played there. It just makes sense. But there's also something to be said about playing in the SEC, and that's something that, Volquest has talked a lot about. He likes the opportunity of playing in the SEC. He likes the opportunity of what Tennessee has presented him to what he can do in this offense. Man, I know I've been saying this for a while, but I think this class of 26 has an opportunity to be that class. We thought it was Nico. And even when Nico was here, man, there were times that I was saying, look, Nico may not be the guy that gets that natty, that gets that SEC championship, that gets us to that next level. But you look at the class of 26, and you got Faison Brandon throwing the football around. And you've got Tyreek King, a guy that I feel like people aren't talking enough about. He's an elite dude, ranked 128th nationally, 4-star prospect. Then you got Legend Bay in the slot. You've still got a shot. You've still got a cheese. Man, Salesi Moa, that's just icing on the cake, Fowl. That offense, and let's go get the number 1 running back in the class, that offense is going to be deadly. And what more of a selling point is that to Moa with the guys who are going to be around him?
Absolutely. I mean, this class is coming together nicely. I mean, we were talking about trying to get in the top 10, keeping these top 10 classes. We're flirting with the top 5 if you land some of these guys. Like we've got to wait and see what Gray does. You got to wait and see what Keys does, Hyder does. But like if all those pieces fall into place, and it's like these kids are talking to each other. So you want to get with each other and these other players and really bring the cream to the top. And if I'm Moa, like, why not shoot your shot? That's the part I lean into the most and I know Tennessee's flirted with the idea. They're telling him he could play both sides potentially. He's shown to be, he's the number 2 athlete for a reason. He's not just a top wide receiver. He's the number 2 athlete for a reason because he can play all over the field. He's shown athleticism all over the field. So you want to be a two-way player. You want to really show out in the SEC. What better stage? And now with the class they're putting around him, I mean, that's an attractive thought to me. Like, why not go out and compete, show you can hang with the absolute cream of the crop and see what happens.
Let me catch up with you guys in the chat. Then I want to talk a little fall ball, man. Fall camp kicked off last night. We were set to go live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then disaster struck. We didn't get to do that, so I want to talk a little fall ball with you guys too, and then we'll still come back, talk a little Salesi Moa, and get you guys up to that decision. Rolly Seasons in the chat. Appreciate you, Rolly, for 5. Says, set up a GoFundMe, Boog. GBO praying brother. Man, I'm not the type of guy to do that. All the donations coming in, you guys are being very generous, and I appreciate that. I don't think I can pull the trigger to go set up a GoFundMe for myself, but the fact that the insurance isn't covering it is stressful right now. It's a stressful time, but we'll get through it, man. We'll get through it. That's we got no other option but to get through it. Brandon Coleman for 10. Appreciate the super chat. Rocky Top Time for 5. I got 5 on that flooded basement recovery. Appreciate you, my man. Wayniac for 5 says, GBO, what's up, Wayne? Good to see you in the chat. Humor Hub Podcast has been a member for 2 months. Daddy Roberts 3 for 35. Hey, man, if you need anything, holler. Prayers for you and the family. GBO, appreciate you. Randy Wilson's been around here for 6 months. Appreciate that. Tyler Harrison says, I think we get him. Michigan is having too many legal problems, and Tennessee, in my opinion, is the biggest school. But with or without, no matter what, go Vols. Did you hear about DJ at Florida hurt again? Yeah, I saw that. We'll see what happens there. Jacob.
Yeah, wins.
For 5, says, I got 5 on it. Boogie, you remind me of the neighbor on Home Improvement whose bottom half of his face is always hidden, like your mic. Hilarious. Yeah, it became a bit when I did the comic book show. And then I had to just keep it. And memes came in of Wilson and the fence. Like somebody changed this to the fence from Home Improvement. So I just have to stick with it. We're going to roll with it. Appreciate the super chat. Tyler for 10. Basement Recovery Fund. Appreciate you, brother. Kevin Smith for 20. That's orange. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Got some extra buckets. Boogie LFGBO. Appreciate you, my man. Brad drops, man. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are being very generous. You guys show up, show out, show love. He drops $51.02 because he wants to be the top donation of not just the night, but the month. We'll play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
He says, GBO, Boogie, you know why. I do know why, Brad, because you want to be on the leaderboard, but you know who wants to be on the leaderboard more than you? That is Joel, and we'll play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
Can't change the leaderboard because my keyboard is behind my TV and my laptop. I'll change it in a second. Shout out, Joel. No, you don't, Brad. I appreciate you, brother. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are crazy. UT Punkin for 46 months. Great players want to play with other great players. If he is smart, he will pick the balls. And then faux scoop. Is this a fake scoop? Is this a fake scoop? What's happening here? Scoop. becomes a member of
That's how
the
you know
channel.
you made it.
Yeah. Shout out, folks. Appreciate the support, brother. All right, let's talk a little fall ball. I want to talk about what everybody was talking about at the start of fall camp, and that is this right here.
I know at some point I'm going to get a question about Boo, so I'm going to address that right now. Boo is a part of our team here. There's some things that he's got to accomplish to get back on the field with us. Don't have a set timeline on that. Our leadership council has been a part of those things, those discussions with me and with Boo. I'm proud of what they've done. They care and love Boo, and want him to be his best too. And through this, I think Boo sees that as well. And at the end of the day, us collectively continuing to grow here through the course of training camp. I will be the one that will take questions on Boo. And that's today and here throughout the beginning part of training camp as well. But proud of how our team has handled those things, and ultimately we'll handle those things internally. I'm not going to get into details on everything. So excited to roll. You guys are going to get a chance to hear from some of our staff.
So that was Heupel after the first day of fall camp, obviously addressing the situation with Boo. Man, so many crazy rumors that were out there floating around. Obviously, Boo has some things he needs to clean up. This was at practice yesterday, out there in shorts and a T-shirt, no helmet, stretching, and then being punished, going inside. I don't know if he's running. I don't know if he's doing up, downs, foul. What do you think about how Josh Heupel handled this situation, start to finish, and the fact that Boo Carter's back on this football team, but he's got some work to do?
Yeah, I think he's done the best he could do with a poor situation. I mean, he's included his leadership council as much as possible. I think that's huge. If he just came out there and dismissed him right out the gate, I think that would have been jumping the gun a little bit. I mean, we don't know every single detail, exactly how many practices, anything like that. At least I don't. But and then missing some preseason stuff versus actual fall camp, I think that weighs differently. Both are vitally important. I just say, like, if he hadn't shown up like this week, I think he was done. He's gone, right? But once it's official practice, but Coach addressed it in the interview there, or the press conference there, that they were mandatory. So what he missed was mandatory. And obviously the team, he's got to gain back some trust with those guys, but they gave him an opportunity. They gave him a shot. I think he should appreciate that. Because if the leadership council come out and said, no, we don't want this guy on our team, I don't think Heupel would have had a choice. Even if he wanted to keep him on the team, you would have lost your locker room a little bit there. So he didn't have a choice to keep him against their will by any means. So I think this is the best thing you could do. Give him an opportunity. Let's see what Boo does with it. As far as how quick he's back on the field, I mean, that's obviously yet to be seen. I don't know if it's just like he's going to do a week of conditioning, that kind of thing. Like this first week of fall camp is going to be a lot of just going through the motions, doing conditioning anyway as a group. So I don't think he's missing much there. I'm not worried about installs or anything there with Boo. I really just want to see him take that opportunity to just to get this year in. I mean, we don't know. I mean, Austin's talked about it a little bit. We don't know if he'll be here next year. Me and Scoop's talking about it a little bit backstage. Like you flirt with the idea of going somewhere in December. You flirt with the idea of going somewhere in the spring. Then you kind of flirt around with like not showing up during the summer. It's like, at which point do you lose confidence in that player as far as does he really want to be here? Is it all money? I don't know. If it was money, the first two make sense. The third one don't, because you're not going to make more money right before the season. But so I think I'll look at it as maybe a contract year. A lot of times with, like, say in NFL terms, a contract year, which every year is a contract year with NIL nowadays. But if he's trying to plan to go somewhere else, he wants to get in the best situation next. So why not go out and show out now? So the best thing for Boo to do would be lock in, get back on the field as quick as possible and show what he can do, and put on some tape for wherever he plans to go next. I hope it's here. I hope he stays at Tennessee. Maybe the fact that his team gave him that shot, that this staff gave him that extra opportunity, maybe he'll appreciate that. I mean, maybe he'll mature as the year goes on and take a step back and look and say, hey, these guys didn't have to give me this. I could have had to sit out all year, not play ball, regress from not playing ball. They gave me that shot. So maybe he'll pay it back and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. I think, obviously you're talking about looking towards the future and stuff and how it doesn't make sense. It's not a great fit. But, on all sides, whether it's Tennessee or Boo, right now, trying to, how they handled it in the moment. And right now for all parties, Tennessee kind of thin there at safety, having your starting safety there, or however long his punishment is going to be. I think it just made sense to get through this year and evaluate, where we are off the field, chemistry wise, or playing ability after this season, and then go from there. But we talked about it, I think, the last stream we were on all together, about there is a path for Boo Carter to be back on this team. Like, through all the chaos and everything that was going wrong, I mean, there was a path, if he wanted to do the right things in the right way, he had the opportunity. And we're now kind of seeing something like that. But with all the rumors and speculation that was going on, whether it was his hometown or what he was doing with the events, hearing that the rumors about how the leadership council really felt, the issues that he had inside the locker room, and having to prove it to those guys who've been, working out till they puke, getting punished for him not showing up. I think that definitely played a factor where, when he was not communicating, he was gone in California. I think the overall feeling in the locker room was like, we're going to have to indefinitely suspend this guy. But having the communication, third party, getting Boo there for the team meeting, starting workouts, him realizing and having something, a head on his shoulders when it comes to, advice given to him during the situation. And now he's going to have to work himself back. He's definitely going to go through a boot camp. And I think it's going to be ultimately on the leadership staff and the players, the guy that he's on the field with and in that locker room with, going to Josh Heupel and being like, all right, he's had enough. We've seen that he can prove his way back. But those guys, if you think that Josh Heupel is not going to get the approval from guys like, Joshua Joseph or whoever it is on this team, like Jeremiah Thielander, those guys are going to have the final say.
What do you guys think? Because look, I agree, and I saw Lofton put it in the chat earlier, just talking about this may be the best thing possible for Boo, right? Another opportunity. You don't give up on your brothers, and I think Saban talked a lot about that. It's like, okay, if I kick this guy off the team, let's talk about Boo. And I don't know Boo's background. Again, you got all this. I don't know if he hangs around some. Am I back? Am I back?
There you go.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm doing the best we can to get through this thing. I'll try to work on internet as the week progresses. But like I said, I wanted to jump on here and go live. Going back, like what is Boo? What does his life look like if Josh Heupel kicks him off, right? And Boo Carter, maybe he goes back home, he works out, maybe he has a future in football. Coach Jay talked a little bit about it on this channel, saying that it's hard. It's hard to take a year off from football. But how many mistakes does he make off the field if he doesn't have that team, right? If he doesn't have those guys around him, that bond. So you don't give up on your brothers, you give them another opportunity. But what do you guys think when people are going to obviously compare this to the Nico situation? And Josh Heupel comes out and says nobody is above the T. But now we see in the Boo Carter situation, it seems like he's getting a second opportunity. But I think the key point for me is what Scoop said, and that's communication. There was communication throughout this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
100%.
you had the family factor in the Nico situation of being in the ear, obviously negotiating contracts, and then the alleged talent around, Nico and stuff like that. But with Boo, I mean, just not showing up, taking his comments from his teammates, about not showing up, doing his part, because he is a popular athlete on the Tennessee football team. People are going to, see him, want to keep up with him in the offseason. What's Boo doing? How's Boo progressing? So I think that was something where they just it kind of was a spit in the face, given that he had multiple times of negotiating his money. And then now it was going to be a characteristic thing or a leadership thing. I mean, there's clauses in these contracts to where Boo has to show up to, get that, money or get that rev share or whatever it has in these day and age. There are clauses on Tennessee's back end. So, I mean, ultimately, I think the return to Tennessee was probably always going to be the thing. But the going on the break, going out to California, doing your own thing, hiring Ace Bailey's agent, changing all that. I just think the advice was terrible in Boo's corner. And, I mean, you can compare it to the Nico advice, given that a lot of that was, his family and trying to be close to home. But I think just, you talk about one thing, negotiations, money, and the whole family involvement. But I think this was just, Boo trying to prove and having to prove his way to his teammates and show up to these mandatory workouts. And that's probably why you're seeing, Boo at the Children's Hospital or doing certain things around the community, not just on the field or in the practice facility, but having to go and, apologize to the people in Knoxville as well.
Well, I think a big part of that's like, it's not just comparing the two situations, it's compounding the two situations. It's like we went through this, I mean, as a staff, as a fan base, the team itself, the leadership council, they just did this, right? And I think we're finding out, even though, nobody's really throwing mud at each other as far as the Nico situation now, other than UCLA coach, but that's a joke anyway. So the fact that, like, it's just built from that. It's stemmed from that situation. I think we're finding out that Nico missed a lot more than we knew about. Maybe some behind the scenes stuff, maybe practices stuff that we didn't know about. Maybe wasn't in all the I don't know, off the field team events that maybe he should have been. But anyway, I think, and another big thing here is what Scoops is talking about is contact. Boo did stay in contact with Coach. He said he didn't talk every day, but maybe every other day or every few days. Like there was at least some communication going on there. And then at the end of the day, it's like you're getting paid, man. Like they've redone your deal. They've paid you what you agreed upon. It's like show up and do your job at this point. I mean, it's best for you. It's best for the team. It's like it goes past just being, well, I don't feel like doing this or I don't want to show up for this or whatever. It's like it's in your best interest to be out there and play. This team wants to make you a better player. This staff wants to make you a better player. This university is going to put you in the best possible position to succeed here and in the NFL. Just show up, man. Just show up and do what you're supposed to do. I'm not bashing Boo by any means. He's a young kid. Like things happen. We all make mistakes, but it's like own it, which I think he's doing. He showed back up like he needs to do. He's taking his punishment like he has been asked to do. Now just show up, do your job, go out and compete, and it's time to play ball, man. Like that's what we're all here for. We're here because we love ball. They're out there playing, practicing, sweating, puking because they love ball. So at the end of the day, let's go out here, compete, be the best player we can be, help our teammates, appreciate the fact my team gave me another chance, and let's go out here and show the world what we can do. If you ever need a chip on your shoulder, now's the time. I don't think Boo ever needed a chip. I think Boo's that guy who just shows up and he's ready to, talk a little smack, play a little ball, get in there with everybody. But now's the time to go out and prove it. So let's just go out. Let's get all this media stuff. It's talking season's about over. I mean, that's what we're here for, but talking season's about over. Let's strap it up. Let's get on the field. Let's play some ball and show everybody why we're here.
I think this entire team has a chip on their shoulder.
Oh yeah,
for 2025, and I like that. And having a conversation with Brian Staley a few weeks ago, and he said that Braylon said, "Dad, this is the closest team I've ever been a part of." And this was after the Nico drama. He said, this is the tightest team I've ever been a part of. And I think maybe that benefits this. Look, let's call a spade a spade. Nico wasn't out there looking like a Heisman Trophy candidate last year. He looked like a game manager, right? Nico didn't win you any games. I don't know that he necessarily cost you any games. And that's not me taking a shot at Nico. I mean, Nico was a dog, man. The way Nico played in that Ohio State game, he's the only guy that showed up to play in that game. But I think him leaving brought this team together. Now, can Joey take the reins? Can Jake Merklinger take the reins? We're going to continue to talk a little fall camp. We'll talk about quarterback competition. We've had 2 practices. They know who the quarterback is. They think they watched routes on air for 2 minutes, and they know who QB1 is going to be. We're going to talk about all that, but let me continue to catch you up with you guys in the chat. We got 850 people watching live. And do us a favor. I locked up again. I locked up again. Bear with us. If you are unaware of what's going on, my entire basement lower level is flooded. My office is destroyed. My daughter's living room is destroyed. So we're makeshift. We're going to get through this stream, and then we're going to try to get this thing dialed in. So bear with us on the internet and all the technical issues and all that type of stuff. But we're going to take you all the way up to the decision of Salesi Moa, 5-star athlete coming off the board at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll take you all the way up to that decision. He's being recruited as a wide receiver. Man, again, I know I just said it, Foul Ming, but Faison Brandon, Tyreek King, Legend Bay. Let's flip Tristan Keys. Can you imagine we flip Tristan Keys and Salesi Moa? If I told you we're gonna get a 5-star athlete that's gonna play wide receiver, but he's not gonna be the best wide receiver in the class. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Then you go get Savion Hyder. We're cooking. We're going to talk about all that again. We're taking you up to that decision at 3 o'clock. We're going to continue to talk some fall camp, but let me catch up with you guys in the chat. Sam for 10. Appreciate that super chat, brother. Ralph Keith is here. What's up, Ralph? Appreciate you. He drops a 50 spot. We got to play the clip for that.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
Appreciate you, Ralph. Says, hey, Boogie, here's a 50 spot to help out on the basement GBO. I appreciate that, man. They're cutting the walls out of my office right now. The guy had a tear rolling down his eyes. He's like, man, this office is awesome. I'm about to rip all this stuff off the wall and start cutting holes in it. What do you want me to do? Tell you no?
Did you lose all your gaming systems and things that were down there? Or did you get a chance to get some of those out? Or
because it was all on the other side of the basement, which is where my daughter, like, it's a little mother-in-law suite that she has, and it was all on that side. And we were trying to contain it to keep it out of the office, but there's a little closet in between where the HVAC unit is, and my wife's like, it's probably going through that closet. I go look, all the cables for all those arcade machines were underwater. So I ripped them out of the water. I'm standing. This is how stupid I am. I'm standing in water and just unplugging stuff. Yeah, just pulling out electrical cables, trying to save them.
Go to the breaker box, flip the breaker first.
I have no idea what's gone and what's not. I ripped everything out of the wall, got all the cables up, got all the PC and stuff up, and it was just, it's one of those moments, man, where you're standing there, you're covered in water and mud, and you just look, and we just gave up. We fought it and we fought it and we fought it. I had a broom, like, just sweeping water away from the door. And I'm just standing there soaking wet. And I finally threw it down and said, F this. I said, the only relief we're going to get is when God says it's going to stop raining. Otherwise.
Well, everybody's safe, man. That's the main thing. Glad y'all are safe.
So
nothing.
We bounced back.
Got out there, so.
Yeah. I don't know how much of that you all heard. Luke for 5104.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Shout out Luke. He goes $51.04 to get the leaderboard. Joel comes in $51.05 to get the leaderboard and says, no, you don't, Luke. But Philip from Wartburg says he's tired of the games. He drops a hundo. That is very much appreciated. I'll play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Philip from Wartburg for 100. I appreciate you, man. If you're not going to set up a GoFundMe, then I'll just put it here. I appreciate that. I just too much pride, I guess. Too much pride. Rolly says, was it floods or burst of pipe? It was rainwater. So the insurance company basically said, you're screwed. We're not paying for anything. So we'll see what happens. But I appreciate you, Philip. That's very generous. Swore the Demon for 20 says, I'll help with the funds. Shout out, Swore. I appreciate you. Dirty Day for 2. Boog, I hope you get things back to normal soon. And then also, Vols going to ball for 2. Let's get a big fish and use him to get bigger fish. Shout out, Vols going to ball. I appreciate you guys, man. I mean, there's nothing like Vol Nation, but there's nothing like the Talkin VAWLS family. So I appreciate you guys. Let's continue to talk a little ball here, though. Let's talk about fall camp. 2 practices in. Scoops, what you know how fall camp is? Oh, they look the part. Oh, they're bigger, stronger, faster. What are you seeing? What are you reading? What do you like about what you've heard 2 days into practice? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh, we're gonna make you're muted Scoop shirt.
No. Oh no.
We need a little merch.
I think yeah, that's my B. I had to run back, but I think that's going to be my first comment. Is that the overall size and the difference in some of these guys, like David Sanders up 35 pounds, Deshaun Braham giving a shout out to Uncrustables, no NIL deal there, but he's been feasting on those things in the offseason. He's went from like 243 after being 215 or something, almost 250. So that was the first thing, but I think you hit it, head on. Just the overall chip on the shoulder. Getting that practice clip from Arion Carter leading the team. Before the first practice, watching the VolQuest videos of seeing defensive drills like Jeremiah Thielander, Arion Carter, the defensive line going to work, and man, the offensive line. I just feel like they're overall bigger, thicker, so much size, but also speed. When you look at the tackle position, that complements the guards, and man, I think there's a lot of talk about Tennessee being the 9th best team in the conference this year. You saw the SEC Media Day polls, and I think that was the perfect thing that this team needed. And you talk about them being close. Just everyone looks like they're locked in, doing the part, giving their all, going 100% speed. And we're in fall camp, so that's expected. Getting as many reps as you can, as fast as you can, because you have 2 weeks of fall camp practice, and then you're getting into game week, and you have to go all gas, all breaks from there. So I'm excited to see what happens, man. Obviously, we only get a little bit from Josh Heupel and this staff when it comes to media and routes on air and practice. But I think the big topic has been Jake Bricklinger getting the reps. Jake Bricklinger was accurate day one. I promise you, when the media is removed from the facility and they go in there, they do the behind the scene things, they are getting Joey Aguilar quarterback 1 reps at least in the end of the practice. I think they're split even right now, but just overall, seeing the young wide receivers, seeing the quarterbacks go to work, and getting everything all figured out, because we're less than 30 days now until we're in Atlanta, Georgia, playing Syracuse. So,
yeah, I definitely think it's Joey's to lose, right, at this point. I mean, everybody's getting 50%, coach is saying that everybody's getting 50% reps. I'm not there. I don't have eyes on it. I can't guarantee that. But I think everybody's getting a good look. Now they have bragged on Jake, man. They said Jake's kind of like took that step where as soon as the Nico thing happened, he kind of like his attitude changed a little bit, maybe his mindset changed, and not in a negative way at all. Just realizing, hey, this could be my team. This could be my opportunity. I think before all this happened, it was kind of set in stone. It was the Nico thing, and then next year we're going to have maybe a competition or see what happens between GMAC and Faison and Jake. But now I think he's saying, well, now I may have a real role here. Like, I'm not just going to be second fiddle. So, they said yesterday, I think, with some of the people who got to watch practice, saying that maybe Joey looked the most polished, maybe just out the gate, just from an experience thing. Like, he just came out and he's doing his thing, but that Jake was actually maybe more accurate. That he was actually, out of the three, maybe the most accurate. And then we all know GMAC's probably got the highest ceiling in the room, so that's just a matter of time there. So I'm curious to see what happens. If as long as Joey if he gets the starting job and keeps it, I think things are going to continue to flow just like we all expected them to. But you turn around and Jake wins the job or something, maybe by the second or third game, if things aren't going well, or if we're having some turnover issues or something like that, that changes your whole plan, right? All of a sudden now you got a true competition. I mean, between, I don't know if Faison is thinking to come in and start as a freshman, but I mean, who knows what might happen in the spring next year.
I think something that's worth noting is the reps, right? Everybody's saying, oh, Jake's taking reps with the ones in practice number one. And it's like, that's the most Josh Heupel thing ever, especially guys come in the portal. Man, some of these guys are taking reps with the threes and the fours, but it's also, like Scoop said, it's the media session, right? And they get such a small little glimpse of what actually goes on in practice. I think the job is Joey's to lose. I think Joey is going to surprise some people. I don't think Joey's going to go out and win a Heisman, but I think he's going to be better than a lot of people think. And I keep comparing this team to last year's team, and I think this year's team can be better. I truly think they can be better. I think the defense is going to take a step. I think the offensive line, I get it. It's new. It's different. As long as those wide receivers stay healthy, I think this team can be better in 2025. And even seeing guys like Rad Jackson and Travis Smith throwing around poor athletic trainers today on the practice field, I think those guys can contribute at a young age. I think Braylon and Mike are chomping at the bit for an opportunity to contribute to this football team. So just because it's new, just because it's different, doesn't mean it's worse. I think, in Falmy, you and I were talking about Sam Pendleton. And we had the same picture you sent me when I sent it. I go, oh, Sam playing a little center. He's working center in practice. But again, it's just fall camp. It's limited looks. Pendleton was working right guard with the ones. He was also working center. Something that happened today, Jesse Perry was working right guard with the ones, right beside David Sanders. So it's fall camp. It's early. It's practice. It's reps. I think sometimes we look too much into it.
Well, I'm not sure what role Perry's going to play at this point. I mean, it's still early, right? But I think we were talking about, improvements in offseason. That might be the most improved player, at least across the offensive line in the spring, just as far as in a surprising way. He was maybe seen as a role player before, and now he's really grown and stepped into that frame. And I'm hearing some buzz, he may have some significant roles coming up, just if his climb continues. But as far as maybe 7-on-7 and wide receiver drills and stuff like that, I think we only have ones at this point. I don't think we have a true set of threes by any means. I think we just have ones, and then because we're so thin there. And then I don't know what's going on with Brazel. Scoops, you may know something more. I know he's got I'm hearing just a strain, nothing major, but they wouldn't tell us if it was. But it's a strain and he's not going to be getting a whole lot of reps maybe in this fall camp. So. Not that he needs it. I mean, he's the only guy who's really been there and got a lot of reps. But we talk about throwing with the ones. I mean, we're getting thin, boys. We're getting real thin.
I think, with Chris Brazel, I think that's one that, he's off to the sideline, but he'll be back there, next week. And he is the most experienced guy in the room right there with Mike Matthews, I think. But I think, talk about, not reading reps. I think the jump we've seen from wide receivers in that second year is something that's been huge. So I think that, him getting as many reps as he can and being that leader in that room is important. And it does sound like he's fairly healthy for the most part. He'll be back out there, next week. So, you don't want to, you don't want to be limited, especially in a wide receiver room. But, seeing Travis Smith and seeing Rodarius Jackson, being physical as freshmen, their size and overall, they look like SEC ready guys. And I mean, you see the practice clips of, Travis Smith throwing Pope around. You can't really take those, throws and, routes on air the media gives you in these practices, and take it and run with it, because a lot of it is in a closed off portion. But just seeing, Joey throw it into numbers every single time, the receivers cutting up, I feel like they have that athleticism. And when they put it all together, they're going to have a chance to go out there early in fall camp and, get some playing time as freshmen, which you really don't see and is really unheard of in the Josh Heupel era, honestly. But when you talk about the depth that you have at overall positions, Jesse Perry playing a huge factor. He's bulked up a lot. He's there competing with time with Bennett Warren, who's slimmed down a lot. They had to get him healthy and in a more athletic build. So he's done that and lost a lot of, extra weight. So I'm excited about the depth, man. We talk about the blue chip talent and overall talent, but I think there's a lot of guys that we don't really know about, or we don't really put a lot of stock in the spring, that have a crazy day in fall camp or do explode. And I think that might be, a David Hobbs, a Tyree Weathersby. And it's not always going to be your quote unquote ones. I mean, there's enough talent on this team where guys are making strides and investing in themselves and increasing their stock. So, I mean, to have that confidence in your roster, your twos, your threes, whatever it is, I think this team is more loaded than we think it is, just because the offseason headlines.
And go ahead, pal.
Just I was going to say, especially across the defensive line, because we know we're going to rotate everybody in that room. Now, I mean, your rep count will be different, but I mean, we seen Utley come out and he already seems like he could get in the mix right out the gate. And then
did you hear that he lost 7 pounds at practice?
Yeah, that's wild. But I mean, as hot as it's been, I can see it, man, for sure. But then, like, I think just to touch on, like, Travis came in, they're already bragging about him, like his body looks ready to go year one. And we're going to have to use some of those guys, right? And then I loved, I sent it to Boog. I know we probably can't pull that stuff up now because we're working limited situation, but Hurd's interview talking about David Sanders and man, that got me fired up, man. I'll become a Hurd fan real quick in that interview. And then he started touching on Dave, and I'm like, man, maybe Dave ain't just the talented guy we all thought he was. Maybe Dave's a dog, man. Maybe I won't cuss on here to quote him or anything, but he said, Big Dave ain't afraid of nothing. So y'all can see Hurd's interview later, but
you want to watch it? I can pull it up and we can watch it.
You hear what he said about quarterbacks?
Hilarious.
It's hilarious. I love all my quarterbacks because everyone takes me out to eat and it's free meals, basically. I was like,
dude, that was the interview of the day for sure. Like that got me fired up, man. But
we don't have to watch it, but I went back and watched it.
We can watch the end of it at least.
I went back and watched it, and it's absolutely hysterical. And I love, like, at first I was like, hold on, is Kaner the only guy there? Like, is Kaner the only dude sitting there with him? And oh God, I was like, he's going to murder Eric Kane. He's going to murder Eric Kane right here on camera. When was that? Was it today?
Yesterday.
Was it media days? It was media days.
Yeah, it was after Josh.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. It was media days. Hold on.
Because he started off kind of slow. That once he got comfortable, you could kind of see like his personality coming out.
Yeah, I got it here. We'll pull it up and take a listen, just because it is funny. Let me share the screen.
It's just a few minutes.
Again, working with complete chaos. I appreciate y'all rolling with us, man. We got almost 900 people watching. Decision from Salesi Moa coming at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're just having some fun, man. We're talking some ball. We missed out on last night's stream, so we wanted to make up for that with you guys. Let's take a listen to Big Lance Hurd yesterday. This is from VolQuest.
Lance, what's your mindset kind of going into this season here in this fall camp?
Play hard. Get in the playbook. Just play hard as hell.
I love it.
I know last year you were kind of dealing with a knee procedure, and then, of course, that kind of hung with you the first couple of weeks of the year. How different do you feel right now compared to a year ago?
Almost night and day. Probably the best I've felt in a little while. I feel healthy. I feel strong. Probably the best I've felt in a while going into a fall camp.
Coach Halsey said that kind of frees you up to go and kind of play your game. Now, you're not playing catch up. You're not learning the system. It's kind of playing your brand of football. Would you kind of agree with that? What is your brand of football look like?
Like I said, just play hard and fast as hell and relentless. Just being in the system for a year, I know the playbook. Now it's all about just getting out there, knowing you got to go, playing fast, getting there fast.
I love to, like, Kaner asking him. asked him about the injury from last year. Like he was did I lock up again?
There you go. You're back.
You're good.
All right, I'm back. Gosh, ridiculous. Him being nicked up several times last year, and a lot of people didn't want to talk about that, right? I mean, he showed up. He was hurt when he got here, got nicked up all throughout the season. And I love, man, this was, you talk about talking season. This was somewhere back maybe in late spring, early summer. And he basically said, yeah, I got a chip on my shoulder because I see what people say, and now I'm going to go prove them wrong. And I think he's a dude. I think this is his last year at Tennessee. I think he's going to the NFL next year.
100%.
I think either he doesn't work out and he transfers, or he's going to prove to everybody who he is, and he's going to the NFL.
I think he's got a big year. I mean, there's a lot I'm going to say on him, but I want everybody to get to see the rest of this, so I'll keep it short.
Expectations for yourself different, being kind of the one returning guy?
No.
Starter, Nate?
Expectations still the same. They don't change.
You stepped into more leadership roles also,
Yeah.
I feel like? What does that look like?
Just leading by example, and make sure I'm doing all the right things, because I know people are watching me at all times.
Got a fun one for you. Fill in the blank. I can't trust you
Is this girl out here watching our interviews? Like I get it. When we have kids on and we're doing a player interview, we try to have fun and talk about real life. You're there as media. Why are we asking him, I can't trust you if, and what are you doing? What's this girl doing?
If you lie to me.
The bad thing is it's kind of like what broke him a little bit, got him to open up a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Was there a moment for you, maybe last year, maybe in spring, that it just kind of clicked for you? You were healthy, you knew the system, you felt like, okay, now I can finally just go out and play?
No, it was never a point in last year where I was feeling 100% healthy. I was always battling something. I think the biggest challenge was battling it mentally.
Yeah.
Because I've never been that low. That was probably one of my lowest points in my life. But I still came and grind. I still love the game, but that was a big challenge for me mentally. And I feel like I'm pretty mentally strong, but it was a challenge, definitely.
When do you feel like you kind of...
Let me catch up with the chat real quick, and then we'll hear this last couple of minutes with Lance Hurd. Let's see. We got Hunter for 2. Appreciate the super chat. Slapstick becomes a member of the channel. Shout out Slapstick. If you're not a member, you can hit that join button down below. It's only $1, just $1. That's it. We're going to be doing a members only stream coming up soon. Still trying to schedule the most difficult, busy man in the history of football, Joel Combe. Trying to get that scheduled, but we're going to be doing a members only stream coming up soon. Slapstick also drops a $5 super chat. Says it ain't much, but I wanted to help Boogie. I appreciate it, man. Every dollar means the world. You guys have been generous, and I'm grateful for your support. 100 for 2. Coach Pope reposted Moa's commitment post. We got Straw Hat Vols, been a member for 9 months. R. John Cena for 33. Wade Rouse is here. Says, hey, guys, can't wait for the season. So close. Just happy that whoever is playing quarterback for us this year wants to be here. I think we're going to be better than anyone says. 10-2, go Vols. Travis Melvin's been a member for 45 months. Says GBO. All right, let's hear this last little bit from her, then we'll get geared. We'll go ahead.
He's just unironically funny, man, with how he speaks. Like, he's being dead serious, but it's with his accent, Louisiana accent. Obviously, he's a guy that I feel like you get in a room with Lance Hurd, he's going to crack some jokes. I feel like
just no F's given. He just gives it to you. Whatever he thinks, he's going to tell you.
Yeah, he's like your crazy uncle sitting on the couch, but he's like 20 years old instead.
He's like, I got to watch what I say because y'all are watching me at all times. But I know, behind closed doors, Lance is probably saying some funny things, man.
He's thinking, y'all won't say it to my face. I bet right now y'all won't say it to my face.
Look at his grill right now. He's yeah. Try me.
Who would
not what you got, Tanner?
Like that? You think?
Eric Kane, 100%. And Eric walked away. He's like, I'm cutting this interview short.
It gets better.
Is that in the off season? Was it at some point last season? When do you feel like you got through that?
At the back end of the season last year, I started feeling a little bit better. I still wasn't feeling 100%, but I started to move better. I started to be in a better state of mind.
Ron asked you about leadership a moment ago, being the lone returner on the offensive line. What do you like about this new look offensive line? David Sanders, Pendleton, some of these other guys.
Oh, we young and we hungry. It's a lot out there for us. I don't know what people are expecting of us, but we're gonna bring some thump. We're gonna play hard as hell. We're gonna play fast.
Bring some thump.
What have been your early impressions of Joey?
I like Joey. Cool. Soft-spoken. You know, haven't really got to see him play much football, but you know, we'll see it here probably tomorrow. You know, next few days.
What have you learned the most about Joey, especially with all
This is
the
hilarious.
and team bonding stuff y'all doing?
I learned that he's Mexican and Puerto Rican.
What is he doing? I love the look in his eye like he's debating. Can I say this? Can I say this or not?
What about early impressions of David Sanders? What would you
I
see
like
from him?
Dave work. I like his mentality. He ain't scared of shit. Ain't scared of nothing. I'm sorry. He great worker, man. He listens. Very coachable. I like that about him.
That mentality, is that rare for a true freshman to come in with that?
Got to be one of them ones. I mean, he come in with that mentality like that. I like. He can get aggressive. So
that's absolutely
one of them ones. I love
that interview was absolutely epic. It was worth watching here on the live stream. We got 1,007 people watching. We are about 9 minutes away from the decision. Tony Canada's been a member around here for 17 months. We appreciate you, brother. James Fair for 2. Thoughts on Sneed possibly flipping to UNC? Thoughts are he is going to flip to UNC. I think it's done at this point. The prediction came in. Austin Price basically said it's happening.
I just feel like he didn't really want to go there. I think he had the chance to go there when his brother went there during the offseason. I mean, that was kind of the trending pick, but then he was obviously looking at Florida. He was doing some searching around. It sounded like he was going to stay with Tennessee. And now I feel like, Tennessee thought they got over that hump. And now it sounds like he is going to go to Chapel Hill. So, I mean, I think it has to do with, his brother's departure and just a family thing, I guess. But props to him. Congrats to him. And I think Tennessee, obviously you lose one by flipping, but Tennessee is still going back on some guys they missed around, beforehand. I would look at 4-star offensive tackle Kamari Blair. Went to South Carolina, was a Clarksville, Tennessee native. Tennessee recruiting him heavy. Picked South Carolina after I think it was like a major NIL advantage there. But sometimes, like the Deshaun Brame last year, man, you commit to a school and you're like, that's just not the right thing to do. Maybe that's not best for me. So watch for Tennessee, there. But when it comes to Carson Sneed, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it's an in-state talent. Don't get me wrong. You want to recruit the state, the best in the state, stay in the state. But when there's some, back and forth and some, some wounds there that you couldn't get over, I'm not mad about it.
Well, and how good is that tight end room looking right now?
Right.
You got some young dogs in there. Like, and I ain't saying he's afraid to, compete with anybody or anything like that. But because I thought he was going to go to Florida. I really did. I thought the lean was there for a minute. But I think he just – if you're on the fence and then you add that to looking at that room and say, man, there's some dudes in here and I might be sitting behind them for a minute. Yeah, I can see it happening.
Nugs in the chat drops a 50 spot. We'll play the clip for Nugs.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
Shout out Nugs. Appreciate you, brother. Says, I'm with the Boogies Basement Boys and I am here to help. He drops a 50 spot. That is very much appreciated, my man. Thank you for the support. We're 7 minutes away from the decision. I agree with you guys on Carson Sneed. Obviously, in-state kid, you want to keep home. It's just, man, that recruitment was just strange. It was almost like he didn't want to be here, and he did, but he didn't. He's gone. I'm with Foul Ming. You got Jack Van Dorsey and Deshaun Brame, and those you talk about guys that show up looking the part. They look like SEC tight ends already, and they're there as true freshmen. But we're taking you up to the decision for 5-star athlete. If you go to 247 Sports, he is listed as a 5-star athlete. Salesi Moa, he's being recruited at Tennessee to play the wide receiver position. You can see some of the teams there.
We're back.
Michigan State, Utah, and Washington, but this thing is coming down to Tennessee and Utah. It was trending Utah. Everybody thought he was going to Utah. His dad played at Utah. It's the home school. He's out of Ogden, Utah, but he delayed that decision. He pushed off that commitment, and everybody said that was a good thing for Tennessee. Wiltfong has put out that Michigan has been trying to swing and make a run at this thing to move in on Tennessee and Utah, but it's Tennessee and Utah. Wiltfong put out an update earlier today. He said Coach Heupel, Coach Pope, and spoke with him last night, Joey Halsley, the night before. He said the Vols are going into this thing dark, meaning they have no idea. He has not given the Vols a decision. So he's saying, based on my intel, I can't change my pick. I can't switch my pick because I don't have enough intel to think that it's Tennessee. And when we tell you guys about spoilers, right? Spoiler alert. Oh, it comes in the final hour. That's why. Because Will Fong's picking up the phone and he's calling Tennessee. Have you been told the decision? They say no. So now he doesn't have enough confidence to switch that prediction. Does that mean it's Utah? Maybe it is. Scoops, we're down to the final hour. How you feeling? Is it Utah or is it Tennessee?
I mean, when you don't have the spoilers, I think the easy thing for like the average fan or someone looking from the outside looking in is you want to see what's close to home, what the home package looking like, the legacy of the family and stuff like that. But it sounds like, Tennessee obviously get him to delay his commitment a little bit, getting in his ear, having that dialogue. I feel like the insiders have on our side of things over at VolQuest or, whoever's, been covering this recruitment have been saying, I'm not ready to call it yet, even though a lot of the national media is saying he's a Utah lean. Seeing the staff go out there in the last 24 hours, Wilt Fong making it vocal that the staff was, calling him the last 24 hours. That tells me that the staff is, really eager to get this one, going aggressive, trying to get that final say, trying to, force a decision, trying to get them to come to the good guys. So in my eyes, the easy thing is, bet on home, bet on the legacy team. But I think the package, the NIL, the position to play, the SEC environment, and just everything on the table, if you want to be a primetime athlete, is the move from home worth it? Are you committed to make that move from home and bet on yourself? We'll see. But I think the easy thing a lot of people will do is look home. But in my opinion, I think honestly, I don't think anyone knows. I really don't. It's kind of giving me some Braden Rouse vibes, if I'm being honest, because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on the fence too, man. I think Tennessee is the better choice. Obviously, I mean, be a homer or not, I think that gives you a better opportunity, puts more eyes on you, puts you on a bigger stage, right? Like, it's just hard to fight those roots, and I get that. I mean, but you look at, his brothers stayed close to home, but like they went to BYU and Utah State. It's not like they went to Utah. It's not like a full family thing there. And then another thing, like I think we've seen a receiver similar in this offense do well. It's like if I tell you, okay, some quick notes because I know we're running out of time, but like big physical receiver, shows initial quickness off the line, displays some suddenness in his breaks and routes, but big physical, gets the 50-50 ball, not afraid to block. It's a physical blocker in the run game, which we know is huge for Tennessee. We add the fact Tennessee's offering to let him play on both sides of the ball. Skilled runner after the catch. Like I know he's still growing, so that's what's making me lean this way. But I keep thinking like Brew McCoy vibes. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but like talking about big physical receiver, not afraid to block, not afraid to get inside. Great after the catch, a lot of quickness. I keep thinking like this is too big of an opportunity, too good of an opportunity for him to pass up on. He's a solid open field tackler, has good awareness instincts. He run a 10.7 in the 100. He's still projected early NFL draft pick. Some quick foul facts. In 12 games, he had 58 catches, 800 yards, and 10 touchdowns in 2024. In 23, he had 56 catches, 820 yards, 11 touchdowns. There's some consistency there. He's performed. He's showed out every year. I just can't get over the fact it's like, yes, we're all leaning Utah. I think he'll stay close to home and all that. But, this is just a big shot. Why not take your shot? Like, that's my quote for the day. Salesi, take your shot. Get on the SEC stage. If it don't work out, you can always go back to Utah. Utah will take you back. Like, that's not going to be a question. That's not going to be hard to do in the offseason. Show up, get in this program, see what can happen. Because, this is a very, very talented athlete.
All right, here we go. We got a decision incoming here in just a second. We got Dirt Mafia, member of the channel. Appreciate you. Brian Allison's been here for 35 months. Bubba Strong for 20. You're either a Vol or you're not, Sneed. We got the decision incoming. CBS Sports is streaming it, so we cannot share, but we are watching. He's got all 5 hats up.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Thanking his parents, thanking his coaches. I wish these kids would stream it on their Instagram, even though they're going on CBS Sports.
Yeah, or at least Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Stream on Talkin VAWLS, guys. You're going to get more views.
And, you know, if this doesn't go our way, I don't think it's technically a big miss. I think the big pieces of the pies are still, you know, Tristan Keys and Savion Hyder, but you're talking about adding this guy in a rotation with Tyreek King, you know, Moa, you know,
Exactly.
Tristan Keys and Legend Bay. I mean, that would just add, you know, more dessert.
Exactly. Yeah,
As we're waiting on this decision to come in, we got 1,300 people watching live. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up down there below the video. If you like what we do post-game shows here. It's for the fans, by the fans. It's laid back, chill streams. I got some technical difficulties going on today because of my house flooding, but we get it dialed in around here. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Just smash the thumbs up. We would appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's somebody beating on my door. So
no, you're good.
If it gets loud or something, I'll mute it.
Doing his thing.
Here we go. Dude! Yeah. Dude, he's going Tennessee! Let's go!
Bro. What the
fuck?
No
What in
way?
Taking that shot, baby. Taking that shot.
Take that
Let's see
shot
it
and bank on
the big
yourself,
stage.
man. Sometimes you just gotta
Nobody
do
saw
it.
that graphic, bro. Drop that graphic, bro. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you just gotta do it, man. What the
Take your shot, young man. Take your shot.
That is
crazy,
insane. Dude, this is like you said, like you don't get him. It's kind of like,
man.
Yes. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. We're talking about Faison Brandon, Tyreek King, Legend Bay, Salesi Moa. Let's go flip Tristan Keys and let's go get the #1 running back in the country. This offense, this class of 26 offense is a freaking all-star team, bro. It's an all-star team.
Top 5, here we come. I'm just saying, man, this class is an absolute embarrassment of riches. I know everybody's talking about top heavy, but man, this is wow. Like this one's huge, man. This one got me. I was not ready for this one. I was really Utah had me worried, man. I thought the roots would be too strong, but hey, props to this young man, taking a shot, wanting to prove himself on the biggest of stages and one of the most explosive offenses in the country.
Yo, so you talk about a needle mover, and you talk about closing. Look, listen to our last 3 commitments. Braden Rouse, 94th nationally. Joel Wyatt, 58th nationally. Salesi Moa, 46th nationally. Josh Heupel, his coaching staff,
up to 31.
They are getting it freaking done. Getting it done.
Number 2 athlete in the country.
I'm doing my whole posting thing, but how many times, guys, and y'all can piggyback off this, last year, the class before that, when Tennessee was going after this elite talent, did we come out on the other end of this? And we did not be able to get that final phone call or that final thing. And I feel like, Wilt Fong putting that out about the staff, communicating, doing everything they did. Just what a crazy pool, man. You don't go every day and go down to the wire for a home state kid and get a 5-star athlete, man. And I mean, this guy, in my opinion, this guy has all the tools to be a generational talent and be maybe even a better, more explosive guy than some of the guys we're looking at to add later on. So this is what I'm super, super, super excited about.
Yeah, and I think he fits the system perfectly. Like a guy like Tennessee likes big physical receivers.
I'll be honest, I didn't feel this one. Sorry, foul my audio.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I didn't see this one. I didn't think this was one that we were going to get. I did not feel like we were landing Salesi Moa throughout the entire recruitment. When he delayed his decision, I thought, okay, we got a shot. Now we got a shot. This is a big one. This is some serious icing on the cake right here.
I'm shaking.
Yeah, that's what we're just stacking them. I mean, absolutely stacking them. But I mean, props to these young men who want to come in there and compete and show what they can do against the best. I mean, that's what it tells me. Like he could have walked into Utah and been the #1 right out the gate, but this one now it's like, okay, I want to go compete with the big dogs. I want to come in here with the best receivers, some of the best receivers in the country, getting thrown passes by the best quarterback in the country in my class. I mean, just hats off to this staff and Heupel and getting these recruits done, man. I mean,
the beautiful
we're
thing is
absolute tear.
it's not just offense, right? Josh Heupel, offensive-minded coach. You expect, he's going to come in and he's going to land his quarterbacks, his offensive tackles. They're recruiting on both sides of the ball. And you mentioned the defensive line earlier, and Coach G kind of started that, right? He started this rebuild because of his reputation, because of his track record. He rebuilt that defensive line. Now you're looking at that linebacker room, it's full of dudes. You look at our corners, if Jermod McCoy's 100% healthy, I think we got the best freaking 3 cornerbacks in the country in Ricky Gibson, Jermod McCoy, and Colton Hood. Colton Hood's going to turn some heads. Jalen McMurray sliding down, playing some of that star. You got to come along at safety, but that makes Joel Wyatt such a huge commitment in this class. And then, of course, you go over to offense, and this class 26, man, they're off to the races. But we are rebuilding. That's why I'm excited about 2025, because Josh Heupel has rebuilt the depth. And, yes, we've lost some guys, and, yeah, we got some question marks. But when you recruit at an elite level, you plug and play, and let's go put the ball down and let's play. Let me catch up a couple of you in the chat. Sean Cross drops a 20 spot. That's an orange boy. We'll play the clip, and we'll celebrate this commitment with the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Sean says this is to help Boogie get off of dial-up. The problem is the modem, and they're cutting they're down there.
Oh,
yeah, down there cutting Boogie sound
everywhere.
And everything.
I will try to. I may move everything down to the middle floor and see if the internet's any better now. I got to figure something out because I think they're probably going to be down there cutting out walls. For a minute, we'll see. But Sean, I appreciate the super chat. Seth for 15 says to the Bat Cave. I appreciate you. Seth Dakota says, do y'all think they will drop his rankings now that he committed to Tennessee, no matter what? GBO, you know what? It doesn't matter. I do not care. Ethan Leonard's been a member for 23 months. Appreciate you, brother. Peyton K for 10 says, heck yeah, thank you, Peyton. Appreciate the super chat. Any final thoughts here, Scoops, as we get ready to head out the door?
Yeah, I mean, I had to do my social media thing, but I mean, my quietness does not reflect on how I feel. This is absolutely massive for Tennessee for this 2026 class. I'm kind of shaking coming off the high just because we didn't know. You don't have the intel, and Tennessee going in dark, getting this done. Just a huge win on the recruiting trail, and I don't feel like this is a guy that I feel like once he's in, he's all in, just from his mentality, his mindset, and the family he has around him. So I'm super excited to see this guy involved in the class. And we talked about before the commitment, it is not one of the pieces of the pie, but you got, Tristan Keys and Savion Hyder out there, who it sounds like Tennessee is trending heavily for Tristan Keys and trying to get across the finish line August 19th for 5-star running back Savion Hyder. And we talked about this a few streams ago, man. You're just putting the pieces together, chipping at it away, getting that momentum buzz with your little fish. Everyone was questioning the 3 to 4 star pickups, and now we're seeing the big fish come out. And the guy that donated earlier, let's go get a big fish so we can go and get even bigger fish. This is the way to do it, man. Huge pickup for Tennessee. I'm shocked, but I'm excited. And this staff, man, to go in here and close when it hasn't gone their way in years past. They're just chipping at it away, man. They're chipping at it away at it, doing it the right way. And it hasn't been easy for them given some of the social media and the headlines out there in fall camp, but it hasn't slowed anything down on the trail, man. The guys are on fire.
5 guys. 100 currently committed in this class, and you're working to flip the best wide receiver and you're working to land the number 1 ranked running back in the country, and you've already got that many guys. What I say, five guys inside the top 100. Just absolutely huge, man. We're going to be covering Savion Hyder when he comes off the board. I don't know about Darius Gray. I don't feel good about that one right now, but we'll continue to watch it. We'll keep you guys up to date. Again, I apologize for the issues. Yeah, Blake, I am lagging. That's because my entire basement is flooded and destroyed and my house is wrecked. But I'm here streaming. So I apologize that I'm lagging. I will do a better job moving forward. Hopefully we get this thing straightened out. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We're definitely going to be streaming Sunday night. I got to get it fixed, dialed in for Sunday night's NCAA stream. I'll keep you guys up to date. We'll be live next Wednesday most likely, but again, it's all scheduling issues. We'll get this thing cleaned up, dialed up, and keep you guys in the loop. But that is going to do it. We got a big one in the boat. Shout out Foul Mean. Shout out Scoops for jumping on. I appreciate Coach Jay popping in the chat. He's out on the grass coaching a little ball, but that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.